Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Road to 180, which is my fitness journey from 240 pounds all the way down to 180 pounds as quickly as possible. So if you're brand new to the journey, or if you just want a little recap of the rules, as always with every episode, except for the last one, I will post a quick recap of the rules right on the screen here. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So today, as of this beautiful Sunday morning, every Sunday morning is beautiful, we have weighed in at exactly 202 pounds, a 3.4 pound loss from last week, which means that we only have 22 more pounds to go. I am fucking stoked. I was not expecting a 3.4 pound loss. Honestly, it's been a little bit of a tough week, and I'll probably save that for the general thoughts. But I'm just like, we pulled it off. It's been working, and yeah, 22 more pounds to go, which means we're 8 weeks out if we continue with this rate, which means that it is looking very, very likely that this is going to be done in June. Now, initially we had predicted that we'd initially tried to go for 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. I think the rate, as I'm doing this right now, as we finish our 14th week, is I'm losing at a rate of 2.7 pounds a week, which is, again, that's considered to be rapid weight loss. It's almost 1 pound more than we expected, but you know what? Like we said, it doesn't matter if it's by 0.1 of a pound or by 10 pounds, we'll take it anyway. So as always, I will be posting the progress picture right on the screen here in comparison to the original. And I don't have to be a broken record anymore, because we can finally start to see some things. And for me, the most striking one is that I can finally see my hip bone when I look at myself in the mirror. So can't wait to see what another 10 pounds gone is going to look like. I can't wait to see what I look like at 192. And yeah, I think we're really in our. Sorry, I'm getting too excited with it. I think we're really in uncharted territory right now, just because I've never seen myself at this weight. Well, I shouldn't say never, like not for some time now. And it's exciting times. What can I say? What did I eat this week? So, I mean, it's fairly plain. It's eggs and meat. That's about it. So usually every morning I'll have about 4 eggs. This upcoming week is going to be my last week eating the eggs before my grocery re-up. I think I'd bought like 90 eggs or something like that, and they're all gone with, fairly quickly. So I might have to, next time I re-up, I might have to buy some more, because I go through them a lot. A quick shout out to eggs, actually. Nature's multivitamin, aside from beef liver, of course, but they're a really good source of protein, good source of vitamins. You can cook them in a variety of different ways. They taste great, and I mean, even if they don't taste that great, just throw hot sauce on it, but no ketchup. Ketchup on eggs is a cardinal sin, and I don't care who knows it. But for the meat that I ate this week, I did have some pork, that center cut loin that I usually get, and chuck roll steak. And the reason why, and I have been eating a little bit more. I've been eating about like 700 grams of both. And the reason why I do it is just because, again, it keeps me really, really full. And that way, when I go to work out afterwards, I don't necessarily feel that hungry after I work out. If anything, I do feel a little bit more thirsty than anything. But yeah, the reason why I do it like this is just because, one, I don't have to. There is a money aspect to it, in the sense of I don't have to feel like I'm wasting money by buying vegetables that I know are just going to go bad. Because if I buy a whole thing of spinach, obviously I don't want to have spinach with every meal, and it's going to go bad within, a couple of days. Whereas I can just get my meat, I can freeze it, and it's ready for me to just pull out, defrost, and cook it, and I'm all set. Update on my workouts. So I will post the numbers in comparison with my baseline right on the screen here. Pretty much the same story as usual, although I'm starting to notice that my dumbbell curls are starting to slow down. I was pulling 55-pound dumbbells, and honestly, the 3 sets of 8 that I did were, in my opinion, the form was really, really poor. So I'm not going to quite deload on it, but I think I might switch it up. I might do a preacher curl instead with the EZ curl bar, or something or other. Just to switch it up, because again, I do still need to build those. But the cable rows are going well. The lat pull downs are going well. What else is going well? Legs sort of stays the same as always. My push day dips are going well. Lateral raises the machine ones are getting a little tougher, but it's my actual chest press which is starting to worry me. And I honestly think this is just due to a lack of calories. But again, broken record time once again. So my general thoughts on the journey, how we've been doing so far. The fact that if we keep up with this rate of losing 2.7 pounds a week means that I'm 8 weeks out from reaching this previously unattainable, in my mind, number, or just weight or size or however you want to call it, is just astounding to me. Like, I honestly can't believe it. There have been times throughout this cut where it's been a little difficult, where I've been, because I am on such a restrictive diet and a restrictive routine, I've been very, very militant throughout, with very few isolated incidents where I've just allowed myself to go out and go all out and enjoy myself. Well, quote unquote, enjoy myself, eat whatever I want and not track it. I do notice that when I do stuff like that, it's almost like it brings me back to how I used to live, and it's not necessarily a good feeling afterwards. Maybe it's because I'm on the cut right now, but I mean, I was talking about this with my family, and it's almost as though I've sort of exercised a lot of bad habits in these past 2 years, and which is good. I mean, obviously I still smoke, go figure, but more so along the lines of, I'm not as much of a glutton anymore. I don't usually drink a whole lot anymore. Obviously that's probably going to change because the summer's coming up, but I don't ever think that I'll get back to what I was. And to be completely honest, I don't want to, because it's just not really worth it to me anymore. A lot of people are under the misconception that in order to love yourself, that means that you can do whatever you want. It kind of reminds me of Dostoevsky's thing, if God is dead, then everything is permitted. But I don't necessarily, I'm more with Slavoj Žižek on this. I don't think this is the case. If anything, the fact that God, because because people believe in him, then everything is permitted. I certainly don't think that with the death of God that there is that everything is permitted. If anything, we become, not everything is permitted now, because you're almost forced to take that role. And I mean, again, I apologize for waxing philosophical in this one, but I think the point that I'm trying to make is that if you want to make a change in your life, you can do it. And just because it feels good, just because it tastes good, just because you have this illusion of a carefree and no consequences, doesn't mean that there won't be any. I'm living proof of it. I mean, I lived that way for almost 10 years, and my body almost couldn't take it. And this is not a general call to arms of like, you should live like I do. If anything, my extremely restrictive regimen is actually not ideal for anybody, probably even myself included, but it seems to be working. But I will use these closing thoughts, at the risk of rambling, of course, to encourage you to find a good balance within your life, to encourage you to, this is going to sound cliche, like listen to your body, if that makes sense. Like if you don't feel like drinking one night, just don't. Have some water instead if you go out with your friends, or if you're going to the family cookout and you don't want to eat the certain things, but you have a very overbearing family where they'll be insulted if you just don't eat as much. And while these things may seem easy, obviously they're not. But what I will say in closing is just not to take responsibility, but just to know yourself and appreciate yourself enough to listen to yourself, because more often than not, you do provide good advice to yourself. Anyway, at the risk of rambling and waxing philosophical and all that, because I'm caught in a moment, because I'm so excited, I'll put a pin in it there. Thank you so much again for all the support. This has been the 14th episode of The Road to 180. If you found this content informative, helpful, cringy, all of the above, none of the above, drop a like on the video and a comment down below. And of course, consider subscribing as well if you'd like to see more content like this and other content that I produce on my channel. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you all on the next one with another update. Take care.